Hi, I make lemonade. Specifically, I make fresh squeezed, cold pressed, HPP, never heated, non-GMO, 100% organic lemonade with about half the sugar that people expect. I had a catering business in the Hamptons and was making green juices when a friend asked me to bring something to drink for a 4th of July event. I realized green juice might not pair well with the hot dogs and hamburgers, so I said I'll make lemonade. And I approached it just like my green juices. I fresh squeezed lemons, went to the farmer's market for just picked fruit, and left out most of the sugar, and it was a hit. After the 4th, I began selling my lemonades in farmers markets, just self-distributing to stores, and opening a little shop in Montauk. Now Sweet-tauk is available from Florida to Maine. I have made, bottled, and sold over 18 different fresh squeezed flavors. We currently market Meyer Lemon, Ginger, Strawberry with Mint, and Pink Hibiscus in 12 and 32-ounce sizes. We have a product that everyone has known since childhood. And because everyone knows lemonade, our opportunity is twofold. People are looking for a better-for-you version, and children with developing palates are growing up with fresher-made drinks. Lemonade is a massive national market with a brand opportunity that can span generations. Children growing up drinking our lemonade can drink it as adults, have kids of their own, and introduce it to them. We're on the forefront of America's changing palate. We're updating a classic. Tomorrow I could tell you what we listened to, changed, and learned in the last year that got us this far, and why we think that fresh is the future. Thank you.
Great work. All right, an intelligent man once told me consumers don't read, they reference. Paula, what do you think about what Sweet-tauk has created here, and is it, does it have the potential to be a big, scalable brand?
Well, there's a lot of lemonades out there, so it's almost like the water category for me, which is kind of like, what's the real point of difference? It tasted really great, but it is lemonade, and there's quite a few lemonade themes going on at the moment. So then I wonder what's the next layer. I do love the personal story and the fact that it's from the Hamptons, and maybe there's something that's built in around that I'm kind of getting through the name. I love the name Sweet-tauk, but I think it could go like a little bit step farther so that I can engage in that story. Maybe each package is a little bit different and has a personality on its own, or it really kind of speaks to what it feels like to have that Hamptons experience for people that have never been out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sweet-tauk was up here last year. John, what do you think of what they did with the packaging, with the branding?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly looks like a completely different product to the point where, didn't recognize it at first. I think it's interesting. I mean, it doesn't, outside of the word lemonade, I mean, there isn't anything about the brand that says lemonade to you. And I'm not necessarily advocating slapping a lemon image on it, but it really has a different feeling now. I think the taste is still great. Like Paula said, there's a lot of lemonades out there, so I don't really know if their differentiation of flavor or HPP will matter necessarily, but certainly is different.
Well, let's stay with that. HPP cold press has been a big trend over the last few years. Jason, is it still an important differentiator?
I think it insofar as it gets you into the premium end of the category, which is probably the place to start if you're coming into lemonade, because there's so many of them out there. Packaging looks a lot better. I remember seeing this product last year, and it looks way better. One thing I'd say is that with the flavor differentiation, they kind of look similar. So I think that could be accentuated a little bit in terms of just identifying each flavor a little differently.
Mm-hmm. Chuck, I'll give you the last word. What do you think of Sweet-tauk?
The only HPP, the packaging's fine. You might want to look at it maybe even glass, but one caution, and you learn from your mistakes, and the mistake that I had made once before. You use the word sweet in your descriptor. It doesn't come off as a really sweet product, so it might disappoint people who are actually looking for a sweet drink inside of it. And I don't know if you want to make it more sweeter or take the sweet name out, but that just a caution.
All right, good feedback. All right, next up, no opposed.